Disturbing news about yet another massacre by an al-Qaeda-linked rebel group that's coming through from Syria. It's believed gunmen attacked villages in a Kurdish-dominated region in the country's north, maybe killing up to 450 civilians. So far, neither the government nor the rebels have confirmed this report. It comes amid threats that al-Qaeda is planning to declare an independent Islamic State in northern Syria right after the end of the holy month of Ramadan. The insurgents are already in control in several Kurdish villages. Joins us now live from Turkey. As I say, details about this are still conflicting. They're pretty scarce still, but if even half of this is true, it's disturbing.
Well, even if half of it is true, of course, it's a very frightening development. We have spent the entire day trying to figure out if there's a way to definitely confirm these reports. But at this point, RT unfortunately cannot say that we have gotten those confirmations. And yet there is no denying the fact that Kurds at this point are under attack in the northeastern part of Syria. Now, you have to understand that it has been happening for a while. For the last several months, we have been seeing that clashes between the Kurds in that part of Syria and between the Islamist groups have been intensifying. We do know that several hundred Kurds have been taken hostage by the likes of al-Nusra Front, who are operating in the region. And there has been a call on behalf of the Kurdish militia, again acting in the region, for the Kurds to join forces and come and battle the extremists which are operating in affiliation with al-Qaeda. We have also heard from the Iranian Kurdish movement, which are saying they're ready to come and go when need be, and they're asking for other Kurds to come along with them. Now, when it comes to actually to determining what exactly is happening in the region with these Kurds, well, I actually have now with me a journalist, Barzan Iso, whose relatives are in the region, as I understand, and you have also heard from them, so you obviously have heard what is happening there. What can you tell us about the details of what is happening to the Kurds who are there and who are trying to battle the extremists who are more or less affiliated with al-Qaeda?
Yeah, exactly what is happening is that al-Qaeda started to attack the Kurdish villages in 19th of July. In 19th of July, after this attack, they kidnapped, because 35% of the Tel Abyad city are Kurds, and they kidnapped many Kurds. We don't know exactly. We don't have a specific statistic what happened to these families and how many families were there were kidnapped by al-Nusra and al-Nusra groups and radical Islamist groups. We don't know exactly about this statistics, but the first day we can confirm that there is more than 500 people were confirmed by al-Nusra, and after the YPG, they enforced the YPG and Jabhat al-Akrat to release them leader, or them prince Amir Abu Musab, and after they release them, they release some of the kidnapped civilians. They released like 200, but still we don't know exactly how many civilians are still in them hands.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you and ask you a question. Why are Kurds fighting with the likes of al-Nusra Front? Why are the extremists attacking Kurds, of all the people? I mean, the fighting is in Syria. What is this that drives the struggle between the two groups?
Yeah, the main struggle, the main cause of, or the main factors that fighted this struggle, it was that al-Nusra wanted to announce an Islamic State by the Ramazan Bayram, and that's why I think they are trying to make them wider. Them regions are wider, because now the Kobani city is in the middle of the two regions that they are controlling. As example, they are still controlling Jarablus, and they are still controlling Tel Abyad. That's why. But about the information you said today, we get just before like 30 minutes. I couldn't confirm this information. Also, we heard that they found people found a bus was in way between Raqqa and Hasake way, and in this bus there was 26 women and 12 children they found killed, but we don't know exactly if it was really true, and if it was, because this area are surrounded by al-Nusra and these radical groups, and nobody from the Kurds are able to enter to this region. because they are arresting people and kidnapping people just to, if they knew that they are Kurds.
Again, I'm very sorry to interrupt you, but would you say that there is a sort of you can say that there's an attempt to wipe out the Kurdish population? What are the types of crimes being committed against the Kurds by the extremists in the region?
Yeah. They are using so many excuses against the Kurds. That Kurds they are kafiras, that they are atheists according to them, and they are not. They are. Not real Muslims, and they are preventing us to establish a state. That's why, and they want to have an independent country. That's accuses that they are using it against Kurds. But what we know also, not just in Tel Abyad, not just in Jarablus, also yesterday they started to attack the Kurdish villagers, and they attacked it as a Chalagh, Elajagh, and Komlugh villages, and they immigrate. The people, civilians there, they enforced to immigrate, and also in Tel Aran and Tel Hassel, South Aleppo, they arrested, and about 7. We confirmed that 70 Kurdish civilians, most of them there are women and children, they were killed by al-Nusra, and still this area also are surrounded, and there is more than 350 people still in them hand. They are kidnapping by them, and we are not able to reach them. We are not able to reach these towns to confirm what happened exactly, because before attack, many people who were able to flee this town, they fled.
I'll have to interrupt you here for a second. Basically, what we're looking at is that we're looking at Al-Qaeda, who is trying to establish essentially their state where the Kurds are at the moment.
Yeah.
Hence, part of the reason why they're fighting.
Yeah.
Plus, there's religious disagreements. At the same time, the Al-Qaeda fighters are also happen to be the very. They're also supporting the Syrian opposition, who are in turn being supported by the West. What kind of message or what kind of picture are we getting here when we have the Al-Nusra Front and other various extremist groups who are essentially getting the tacit or not so tacit approval from the West, who are at the same time fighting Al-Qaeda elsewhere? What would you have to say to that?
For Kurds, since the beginning of this event in Syria, since the beginning, the Kurds try to be independent from the two sides, to try not to be a part of the civil conflict, or you can say that it's face conflict in Syria. For the Kurds, it was a big survivor to be far from the face conflict, especially between Kurds, that is non-Muslim Kurds, especially Yazidyan, and there is Alawite Kurds. That's why they try to be far from the any face conflict or civilian conflict. But now, most of or some of the opposition groups are using Al-Qaeda or Jabhat al-Nusra as umbrella to attack Kurds. And I think here the more ideology is, or the main cause is that they have the mentality of nationals, very radical nationalist mentality. That's why they are using Al-Qaeda as umbrella to attack the Kurdish people. When I'm talking to opposition members, I'm talking to Syrian coalition's members, they told me, yeah, but Kurds are trying to independ, and it wasn't good idea. That's why Al-Qaeda is attacking. That means he confirmed these attacks, and he are using this attack as Al-Qaeda as umbrella to attack Kurds.
I see. Okay, Barzan Iso, a journalist and also a person who understands very well about the Kurdish affairs. Thank you so much for joining us again. Basically, what we're looking at a picture here is the Kurds who are on the receiving end of the confrontation that's happening between the extremists, the affiliated with Al-Qaeda, operating in northeastern Syria. Of course, the Kurds are coming under fire because they are there, and just to remind you that Al-Qaeda is thinking and dreaming about establishing an Al-Qaeda state in in this very region, in this very part of Syria. As soon as the Ramadan ends, they say, we will get to it. Again, and by looks of it, it looks like they're being supported by the opposition, who are in turn supported by none other than the West, who then happen to proclaim very loudly that they are fighting al-Qaeda. So obviously the situation continues to develop, and it doesn't look like it's developing in a very positive way, quite on the contrary. So something to keep a very close eye on, and of course, hopefully no more bloodshed will be happening. Of course, still we're talking about people being killed there as well.
Yeah, Rena, as you say, keeping a very close eye on these allegations, this news that maybe is coming through, trying to firm that up over the coming hours and days. Thank you.